So now what do I do? Well, I guess there's only one thing. There's something I'd like to know. Are you real? Can you feel?
Hi friends and Pray Vintage, my name's Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube. I use spirit, my intuition, the tarot to communicate energies to you guys, fabulous viewers. If you guys are new to this channel, welcome. For those of you guys returning, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad that you guys are here. You guys are all very welcome and safe in this space with me today. Today's reading, we're taking a look at feelings and thoughts, the person on your mind. What's going on energetically with this person. This is aligned with the new moon, which I do believe is today. Okay, but this reading is timeless, meaning whenever you click on the video, this message was meant to find you, of course, as long as it resonates for you. So we have 4 options to choose from today. I will solely be using the tarot for this reading. So for option number 1, we have the Black Tarot. Option number 2, we have the Wild Unknown Tarot. Option number 3, we have the Disorder Tarot of Innocence. Option number 4, we have El Tarot Deck. So sit with these 4 options, okay? If you're called to multiple, it's fine. It means maybe there's multiple aspects in regards to the situation. One energy could certainly be your energy in one pile. Another pile could be your person that you came here about. We could be tapping into present, past, future state. So if this seems like old energy, go connect to another pile and see if it fits, okay? But don't force it to fit. Not everyone's going to be resonating with these messages. These are for the people who are needing to hear the messages today, and I will see you at your pick. Hello, gorgeous angel. Pile number 1. We're looking at the feelings and thoughts of the person on your mind. You guys picked the Black Tarot. I don't know if I told you guys the name of this tarot at the beginning. Anyway, it's the Black Tarot. Let's take a look at this person's feelings and thoughts right here, right now. Okay, now please keep in mind that I'm reading energy, and so sometimes your energy comes through this reading and it's flipped pile. Okay, you don't have to sit through the whole thing if you don't want to hear it. Go check out another pile. Chances are your person is in a different pile. Okay, I'm not really going to be doing an energy check, although there will be some indicators that pull through in regards to what the connection is about. And so if that comes through, I will channel that as well. Okay, but this is for those of you guys who are in tune with your intuition and know your person's energy. Okay, and if it resonates, then awesome. And if it doesn't feel like it's resonating, then don't force it to fit. Okay, so pile 1, person on their mind, person they came here about, their feelings, their thoughts, what pulls through, strongest energy, spirits. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 1. Pile 1, thank you so much for being here, allowing me to channel this energy for you. All right. We have the 7 of Spheres, which is 7 Pentacles. Under 7 Pentacles, we have the 5 of Cups. It is in reverse. All right. And then we have Justice in reverse, Libra energy, 9 of Spheres, so 9 Pentacles in reverse. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. The Magician in the upright, Virgo, Gemini, clarified by the Page of Swords. Okay, and then we have Death, Scorpio energy. And we have the 3 of Wands, clarified by the 4 of Swords in the reverse. Interesting. Okay. Let me grab a wand that feels okay. Let's use this beautiful wand. All right. Give me a minute. What's under the 5 of Cups in reverse? The World in reverse. Okay. Okay, beautiful angel. I think this is your energy, but I don't know. Whoever it is I'm reading, I think I'm going to read it as you. Okay. You could flip it for sure. It could be someone you're dealing with here. This person that I'm tapped into here has been invested, giving to this connection for quite some time. 7 of Pentacles could even indicate sometimes for me 7 years, okay? But it could be 7 months. It's all relative when I say a long period of time, okay? But I do feel like this isn't a new connection because I do feel like this person has been investing. Now, this could be time, energy, resources, showing up, just investing in this connection. I feel like this person has been empty-handed, or at least this is how they feel, empty-handed here and disappointed. And I do feel like this person could have repeatedly experienced disappointments here. I feel like this person is saying energetically that there's an imbalance here in this connection. It may be something that keeps happening or has happened recently. I do feel it is a series of things here, multiple times, that have proven to this person, okay, that this connection is imbalanced, or that something unjust happened that wasn't called for, or that doesn't make them feel like it's reflecting back to them their own value. Now, this person could certainly be somebody who was dependent on this connection for one reason or another. This could be they didn't feel like they could move on, or maybe, I don't know, financially, maybe there was a dependency here, and maybe this person, I don't know, like there might have been a shared resource or something like this. I feel like this person was definitely not seeing their own value. And so they might have felt stuck to this situation, feeling as though they weren't capable of moving forward or moving on away from something that, according to them, wasn't providing to them. And so I feel like this person might feel, okay, now another message is coming through. This person might have felt like you, okay, although I do feel this is your energy. This person feels as though you were stuck or not wanting to move forward in this connection. So either you were not making yourself single because you were staying stuck in another connection. Maybe they found out that you weren't single, hence this justice in reverse. They might have found out that you were married, or they might have known that you were married, and that maybe there was an agreement of sorts, or that the time would pass and that they would be, you would move forward or break free from a marriage or another commitment and be with this person. Because I do feel there's an energy of like holding out or investing or, trying to maintain the ground here, and then realizing there's like this realizing of this person that's like, my person is stuck, my person is dependent on some other world, my person isn't making themselves available, my person hasn't come forward with something here that's actually tangible for me to work with. And so this person feels like they need to take matters into their own hands, and they're coming to this understanding. This does feel like a recent sort of understanding that they're having. And it could be because, maybe it just took too long. And finally it's like, okay, that's, my boundary for how long I'm willing to wait. Or they invested once too many, and it's like something fell short and it didn't produce. Okay. Or maybe there was a planned expectation here, like a date or something, and you didn't show up. Or you said you would do X and it didn't happen, or finally you would break free from a situation and you didn't do that. Or so there was some sort of expectation that dropped the ball here. And so I do feel like this person's like, okay, I'm now seeing and understanding that I do have the ability and the capability to create what it is that I want in a relationship based on what I don't want. And this person sees what they don't want here because they've experienced what they don't want. They don't want someone who is stuck or not showing up or not making themselves available. And so this person is working on releasing. I feel like releasing this connection. They could certainly be releasing a period of time where this person might have been, because I'm going back to the initial message here where I said this person might have been dependent on this connection in some capacity. For some of you guys, it's not relevant for all of you guys, but it's like, maybe emotionally this person was needing some sort of support or bridge a gap if they just came out of a relationship. This could have been this person wasn't in a position to stand on their own. And it's like, I feel I need someone, even if the someone here isn't enough for me. And so I don't know. That's why I feel like it's been some time, because I feel like this person might have had to reflect on the shortcomings of a connection that wasn't fulfilling for this person in order for them to release what they don't want here so they could move forward. Because I do feel like this person is thinking about and understanding, or beginning to understand, that they want growth, they want movement, and they want to take the power into their own hands to sort of work with what's next in their world. And I don't know how long this person might have felt like, again, stuck or dependent on some situation that wasn't moving. So I do feel like this person has been working for quite some time on healing or releasing or understanding some pain. And so this could be, I don't understand my self-worth, or I don't understand what's in my power to do, or I don't believe that I could manifest what I want truly. And so I'm settling here. Feels like I was settling, and now it's led to disappointment. It's led to sadness. It's led to me not seeing any fruit here. And so I don't think the fruit is going to come. And so the only way for me to get out of this is to release, for me to create my own future, and for me to close this out. And so they're working on closing this out. I do feel like with the world in reverse, it's like there's still something that's not fully closed, or at least maybe, because I am feeling closure with a lack of closure. So this could sound something like, you're not on the same page as this person. Okay, provided that obviously this isn't you. You're not on the same page as this person. And so there's a lack of closure with understanding in this connection, because maybe you had one expectation that, oh, you're still, going to wait for me, or I'm still going to leave the situation, or you're still going to work with me or invest in me. And this person's understanding is, it's not working for me. I must release. And so there is this lack of closure, but a closure. I feel like this person's getting closure, their own closure, based on what they're doing here. Even if this means the situation is kind of left open for them, it's like, it's not going to hinder what I'm going to do here, because they're really driven to release, transform, and move out and expand. And I do feel like they're looking on to bigger and better things. Like, I'm not saying that you're not better or bigger, but for them, something more aligned for them. It's like looking to the horizon, like, what's out there? What's out there for me? What's aligned to me? And so they're kind of also feeling like maybe a little bit excited. Okay, now obviously with this death and this 5 cups, I feel like they're disappointed in the situation, but I feel like there's an excitement here with this magician, this 3 of Wands, and even with this world, is like feeling maybe like I could see my own freedom, or I'm finally understanding or getting a glimpse that there's something more for me than disappointment, or what I am experiencing here that's been disappointing. And so there's an excitement about this is sort of a win in some way. Okay, for them, because I do feel like this person is saying, I've healed, and I've also taken away an understanding about my own ability to manifest, my own ability to understand maybe what I need, my own understanding of what doesn't work for me, and maybe even my own understanding about my power. Like, I have the power here to align myself. And maybe in the past, I felt very dependent on situations, like I had to stick around, or I had to settle, or I have to give more. And it's like, no, I'm seeing the truth, or at least I'm understanding my truth, that I don't have to do this. I don't have to stay here. Okay, so this is what's going on with this person here. Now, let's just do one final round and see if there's anything more Spirit wants to talk about this person. Like I said, I do feel like for a lot of you guys, this is your energy. Maybe you're moving on from a connection here, okay? Unless you're obviously dealing with someone here that you couldn't show up for, and you wanted them to sort of maybe, I don't know, wait in the wings or something like this, It's kind of what it feels like. It seemed like an unfair, according to that person, of course, unfair situation that wasn't providing. So let's see, Spirit, what's the final message here then for pile one regarding this person's energy that I'm reading? I got a sideways card here with the King of Wands. Okay, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. For pile one, what does pile one need to know then about this person, the situation, especially if this is your energy for pile one? Is there any way we can get a look at the other side or something further to there? Okay, so King of Wands in the sideways position. We have the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. I don't read bottom of the deck reverse. And we have the Hermit card. A Hierophant and the Hermit, interesting. Two major arcanas. So Virgo, Taurus, and like I said, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And we have the Queen of Cups in reverse. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. You and your person could certainly be earth signs here, okay? King of Pentacles, a Queen of Pentacles, a husband and wife. You could be married to this person. This person could be married, or if this is your energy, maybe you're married. And maybe both you guys are married, okay, or almost married, or some sort of family setup. Page of Pentacles, lots of earth energy showing up here. Ace of Wands in reverse and the Ace of Cups in reverse. And under the Hermit, we have the Queen of Swords. Wow, are you guys having a tea party? Swingers. We have a king, a queen, a queen, a king, and a queen. Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay, let me sit here for a bit just to see what's going on here. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, beautiful angels. I do feel like I'm reading for third party type connection, okay? Or yeah, a third party type connection. Now, this doesn't have to be legally married. It could certainly be someone who's separated or divorced or has another obligation to someone else, but I do feel it's a person. I don't feel this third party is like this person is like working, or drugs or whatever, because people like to tell me how to read cards and they say third party can mean this. It's like, well, then this isn't your reading. This third party is a person, okay? Someone maybe that they feel obligated to or that they've been invested with, okay? Doesn't mean that they're sexually with them or that they call them their wife or their husband or boyfriend. I don't know. But all I know is that there's some person here and that okay, I don't want to flip it on you, okay, because you got to know who you are here in this reading. But I do feel like the energy I was reading that was feeling motivated to move on from this cluster, okay, is looking at the situation and saying, if my person wanted me, if my person was interested, if my person had a desire and a passion to grow this connection and really want something here and have a plan of making it happen, they would do this. And because they're not doing this, I no longer want to be emotionally invested or tied or give to this situation, which we were getting from the 7 Pentacle in the first round. So this person's removing their energy when it comes to showing up here, giving of themselves emotionally. Okay, but I also feel like this person might be not as much wrapped up in the emotional part of it. So maybe at some point in time, it was like this person was like really pulled by their emotion, overly emotional. It's like making decisions based on emotions. And seeing the results of some shortcoming here. And so now this person is really sitting with the idea that what does a real commitment for them look like? Because I think this person really wants their other sort of half here, like somebody who is going to match their level in the 3D. So this could be somebody who shows up at the same capacity, somebody who's as established as them. I don't know what the thing is for each person is different. Maybe for this person, it really matters that they find someone who has a job and has their own place because they do. That could be their deal breaker. Okay, this could be somebody who says, I want somebody who is invested in me in the same way and wants to spend as much time with me as I do with them. That would be their deal breaker. Someone else could say, I want somebody who wants a family and is family minded. If they don't want a family in the future, they're not for me. That would be a deal breaker. So there's some sort of deal breaker 3D thing that this person is wanting and is now saying, I understand that there is an opportunity for me to get this. And it doesn't seem like it is with this person. And so I no longer feel like I want to pursue or start something here anymore. And so the only way for me to free myself from all of this is not to keep emotionally investing here. And also, I do feel like this person might think that there is something that was not explained to them or understood by them in regards to, or at least it wasn't clear to them beyond a shadow of a doubt that I can work with this person, that I could work with you. Okay, you again, if this is not you that I'm reading, work with you to get there. Like, is this, can we overcome this together? I don't think this person understood that this would be possible, that you guys could overcome this challenge, whatever the challenge was, wanting to have children, wanting to get married, maybe you finding a job, maybe them, whatever the thing is, their hang up. It's like, I don't think that pile one would be able to, do this for me or overcome this. And this is a deal breaker for me. And I don't understand how we'd get there. And maybe there wasn't any further clarity about how to get there. And maybe there was no communication about a plan. So it's like, does this person even plan on getting there? Does this person even understand how to get here? Does this person even know how to go about doing this? There's like a lot of doubt around, the other person's capability in doing this. And I do feel like this person might have withdrawn completely to sit with this understanding and really go in and say, what do I want? And so it's based on an understanding of what this person wants, true to them. Again, the deal breaker thing keeps coming through. Okay. And for a lot of you guys, this person wanted a husband, doesn't have to be legal. Okay. But whatever a husband is to them, that's what they wanted. Okay. Or a wife. I don't know if this is masculine or feminine. Okay. But the Hierophant is indicating like structure, like, traditional structure. So it's like what boyfriend and girlfriend do. So maybe they wanted a boyfriend that moves in with them, or that lives with them, or like that sort of thing. Maybe not necessarily marriage, but that would be like an understood sort of thing that this person wants. And it was like, you are incapable of giving me structure because you might be tied to someone else, or you can't commit this way, or you have another belief, or our values are completely different. Because I do feel like this person there was an underlying tone as well. Like when I said, if this person really wanted to, I feel like this person believes that there is a choice that you're making, provided it's not reversed again, that you're making, that you're choosing because you are more committed to that understanding that you have. So another person, your family, a setup that's arranged for you, or a lifestyle that involves other people, another person, okay, that is part of how you're existing. And that is your priority, and that is your focus. And that reason would take away from this person's ability to work with you, or you work with them, vice versa, upon further sort of understanding that this person had. So, we have an Ace of Wands and an Ace of Cups, and both of these talk about new beginnings. I see a bum here. and they're in reverse. And I do feel like this could be a beginning that never started, you know? Or like there was always this like 7 pentacle energy of like investing to get to a new beginning or to start something maybe officially or to, you know, like actually begin. And it's like we can't begin this thing. And since it hasn't begun, and I was waiting for it to begin and it never began, I have no other option here but to pull my love, you know? But yeah, I do feel at some point in time this person was emotionally pulled. And now it's like I don't feel like my emotions are going to make decisions for me. And also, this person feels like they wouldn't be doing themselves justice or service here, because I do feel like this person feels like if they were to stay, it's sort of a misaligned support for this person, like emotionally. It's not reflecting back to them their self-worth and their value here. And it's like, so I don't want to pursue this type of an arrangement. It's falling short. Okay, so hopefully this provided you guys with some clarity around this connection. I love you guys very much. I hope you guys are doing very well, and I will see you guys at the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, gorgeous angels. Pile number 2, you guys picked the Wild Unknown Tarot, and we're looking at the person on your mind and what it is this person is thinking and feeling about you and this connection at this time. Now, I won't be doing an energy check, so it's important to use your intuition, okay, and know your person's energy here. Only you could do this, okay? So I will ask spirits to provide us some indication as to what's going on in the connection so that you know that this is your pile, okay? But this is for those of you guys who are in tune with your intuition, and we're doing just right here, right now, energy check regarding the person on your mind, what they're thinking and feeling about you and the connection. Okay, now it's common for the readings to come reversed. What does that mean? That means I've tapped into your energy, not your person. Okay, if that's the case, you don't got to listen. It's flipped. Yes, I know. Go check out another pile. You can sit there and listen if you want. Up to you. Okay, so clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 2. And this is a side message. Thank you, Spirit. How is pile number 2's person on pile 2's mind feeling and thinking about pile 2 at this time? Clear and concise message, Spirit. And thank you so much, pile 2, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here doing this reading. Spirit, please let me channel this in a way that pile 2 will understand what is being communicated. Thank you so much. We're so blessed to be here. Okay, so what revealed itself? 4 Pentacle and 7 Pentacle in reverse. Wow. Interesting, because 4 Pentacle would mean we're held back, okay, or we're holding on too tight, or we're too held back. And the 7 Pentacle would be like a giving up sort of energy, you know, like not putting in the energy. So is this someone who's been too held back to invest here for whatever reason? Let's see. 9 Cups, emotional satisfaction, personal emotional satisfaction, getting one's wish. 3 Wands in reverse. Okay. 4 Wands in reverse. 5 Wands. Judgment in the reverse. 10 Cups in the reverse. The Empress in the reverse. Taurus, Libra energy. Should we look at these? Not yet. Well, let's channel and then we get the confirmation here because I like it that way so that I know I'm channeling proper. Okay. The Hermit in reverse. Virgo energy. Let's keep going. 2 Swords in reverse. 4 Cups. Okay. Just give me a bit here to sit with this thingy. Okay, I feel a big fat fucking stubborn energy here. Everyone's like, that's my person. It's stubborn, you know? I'm surprised I'm not seeing the ego card here. But I don't know necessarily, well, I mean, everything boils down to some sort of ego identity, okay, that we create, but I won't get into all the philosophical parts right now. This person is trying to stay safe and control environments and situations and circumstances for them. Because if this person were to allow, then maybe this person would be stepping into their greatest fear in some capacity. Okay, this person that I'm tapped into is holding themselves back. And they could certainly be hanging on to a world or not wanting to let go of something in their world. Okay, but I do feel it's a held back energy predominantly, rather than investing in this connection and doing whatever it would take to make a successful connection here. And they've been in this energy for some time, for quite some time. Okay, and I do feel it's because this person isn't fully seeing from a higher state of awareness that they're sort of, what is this? What's that saying? You know, when we're pound rich and a dollar, I don't know what the saying is, I'm butchering it. It's almost like we're trying to be so precise and careful and cautious and control that we get the opposite. Okay, we're getting the opposite of what we want. What does this person want? Well, this person understands that there's a full potential here of a 10 cups. They are saying a 10 cups. What's a 10 cups? This is ultimate emotional fulfillment with someone else that hasn't been realized, and the only way to sort of be able to attain emotional happiness with other would be to do the dance with another. And if we're too held back and don't show up, well, we miss out on this. And what happened as a result of this, because we did ask for some sort of energy around the connection, I think things fell apart. Things fell apart here. Either you stop showing up, or you're not as invested in them, or because they were not committal or did not seem to be stepping forward in any sort of way here, it resulted in something, which I'm not seeing here just yet. Okay, but it could be that you just completely pulled away your love, or you just didn't show up no more, or this person feels like they're in a position now with you that they sat here or did this or were too held back that they can no longer be in your world. Okay, and maybe this is right. Okay, so they are feeling really rejected here. And you might say they did it to themselves, you know? They feel rejected here. And they sat, it's like, first of all, oh my gosh, there's just too much here. First of all, you might have felt rejected by this person, okay? Because I do feel there was an energy here of you being a beautiful empress in this person's world. Why? Because this person is saying that you're making them emotionally happy and you would have been there happily ever after. And they're seeing you as this beautiful empress energy. Now, all of a sudden, okay, because I do intuitively see that this person could have just been in this held back energy that was feeling like a rejection to you. It's like when somebody isn't stepping forward or still hanging on to something else, or not completely committed in some way, or even showing up or doing what you felt you wanted them to do, whatever the thing is here that might have been reasonable to you, maybe unreasonable to them, I don't know, but whatever it was, they sat in their energy rather than stepping forward. So they hummed, they hawed, maybe they were indecisive. Maybe all you wanted was just this person to commit. Maybe all you wanted was for this person to say something, you know, or they'll like promise you some form of a, I don't know, like for some of you guys, maybe it was the next step, like, or will we get married? You know, or do you want to commit, or do you want a future with me? Whatever the thing was here that this person was incapable of doing made you feel rejected. And so now they're feeling rejected. It's like I sat here, I was sitting on the fence, and this person was really, 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 really conflicted with themselves about this whole situation. Okay, but even in the midst of this conflict, and even knowing that there was this great love and this potential and their wish come true, even despite all of this person was still held back and still hanging on to the thing that provides them some sort of comfort. What is this thing? I don't know, you know, but I do feel like it created maybe too many arguments with this person. And maybe you're like, I want this. And they're like, well, it must be that, you know? And so maybe you guys just had one argument too many, or it was just understood energetically that this person was resisting, and that this person was conflicted, and that this person would rather sit here in some sort of state of held backness. And so you could have been in an energy also of like, this person isn't making it clear to me. Like, will we ever then plant something here? Will they ever then come out of the fence sitting? Will they ever then let go of this thing? Do they even want to invest here? Can we even work together to this thing? It's like it didn't seem to be clear to you, or it became very clear to you that this person wasn't clear or making it clear. And so you just said, that's, I'm just pulling my love here, although I don't see what your action is, if, of course, I'm reading the energy right. But this person then, yeah, it's like this person is really comfortable in an independent fulfillment of self. So even if they're, let's say, feeling rejected or dissatisfied in their world, it's like, at least I am under control of my own happiness. And the minute I let go or release and step forward and invest, now my emotions are up for someone else to disappoint or to do something with, and maybe I'll feel rejected if I get disappointed here. And it's like this person chose themselves over being happy in a connection. They chose being happy by themselves, happy according to them. It's like, I'd rather be in control with myself than be happy with someone else, because that would put me out of control. So this person chose control at the end of the day, control to be safe. Because emotionally, when I know that I'm safe, it makes me emotionally sort of happy in some way. If I let go of the control, then it makes me uncomfortable. And so I can't be emotionally satisfied, even if I'm getting love, or even if, and so there is a block here to love. There's a block here to opening our heart up to give and receive love from a healthy point, because I'd rather control. And so this person, I wouldn't be surprised if they have mother issues, if they have wounding that doesn't allow them to give love and receive love in a healthy way, because they're more focused on control and getting hurt here. Okay, so let's see what this is about. Well, what's this about? Well, I do feel this person was withdrawn, but I'm not sure. Maybe with this Hermit in reverse too, it's like there's more shadow work needed in order for this person to understand a bigger picture. It's like this person doesn't fully understand from a higher perspective of why they're held back and what's driving them to do this. At the risk of being emotionally satisfied in a connection, there's something deeper going on here that this person never came to understand. And this person took time to reflect more rather than run with their first instinct. And their first instinct was, I'm going to protect myself. I'm going to be held back. I'm going to hold on to the world I know and my comfort zone, rather than sit back and say, wait a minute, let me really understand what I truly want. Why am I being defensive or guarded? Is it because I have a difficult time letting people in or letting love in my life? If this is the reason why, and maybe there is no threat here. Maybe there is an ability for me to trust that there could be a 10 of cups, but I automatically just didn't trust it and put up my defenses here and acted in this responsive way of, or reactional way of just like being held back. Yeah, lack of understanding here. Okay, so Justice in reverse. So there's an imbalance here. The Libra energy. Something karmic as well with the Judgment and the Justice showing up. If we see the Wheel of Fortune here, then most likely some sort of karmic understandings or lessons or something like this. Okay, Justice in reverse. Yeah, and the energy. Remember, I said this person's stubborn as hell because this person feels like whatever's going on in the connection right now is unjust to them. It's like, I feel rejected right now by you. Why are you not here beside me while I'm held back? Why are you not here trying to do something while I'm not trying? Or they could be trying, but I feel like they're trying to control things. That's what they're trying. And maybe in their mind, now this is coming through. My goodness. Because we're Hermit in reverse and Judgment in reverse, whatever they're running with is an understanding that they have, that I do feel is completely fabricated by a projection or some sort of understanding that they're saying is true to themselves. Okay, because obviously we act in accordance to our beliefs. If this person really believed in something strongly, they're going to act as if that exists. They're hanging on and held it back because they believe there's a threat. If they were to let go or move forward, it would be rejecting, or it would be some sort of threat. And so they're acting as if there's a threat here. Okay, now what was I going to say? So yeah, okay. And so because they believe this, and what's really happening is that they are putting in an effort. Like, this takes a lot of effort to do this sort of an energy. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the standard tarot, the 4 pentacle. The guy's sort of hanging on to the pentacles and sitting on one and balancing another on his head or whatever and holding on close to him. It's like, it's this balancing act. Okay, it's tiring. It's an exertion of energy that's best just like trusting the divine and letting go and letting God. But it's an effort and an energy. And so, but look, right beside it, this is a lack of an effort and an energy. And so if my hands are full doing something here that I think I have to do because I believe I must do it, which is be guarded and held back to protect myself, I feel like I'm putting energy and effort. Look at me, I'm putting energy and effort. And you might have been saying, hey, I need energy and effort here in a different capacity, obviously, because I think what you wanted was 4 wands. This is like marriage, union, an equal balance, a give and take in some 3D way. You know, you need to show up, you need to invest, you need to do this, that, and the other, whatever, to make a 4 wands happen, to get this thing grounded. And it wasn't happening. And in their mind, they're like, look at this effort, because I'm tired, I'm exerting effort. So clearly I'm putting effort in this connection. But it's like, no, the effort you're exerting is to stay away from this connection. The effort you're exerting is to keep yourself safe from this connection. And because your hands are too busy and full and your energy is full doing this dance, you're not making any space for what needs to happen here, which is investing, watering, nurturing this connection in a way that's actually going to manifest something great. But because you don't see it or understand it, you think you're right. And so this leads back to this person's energy. Why? They're justifying, which I feel is unjust, by the way. They're justifying why you're the one who's leaving them out in the cold. Because the first thing that was coming through was this person feeling like, why are you rejecting me? Why am I left out in the cold? Why? Yeah, like they're upset here, you know? That's what I'm feeling. It's like they feel upset that you're not allowing this, because look at all this effort. See? So it's like this energy that this person is in is like they did it to themselves, but they aren't really fully in the know. And so I do feel like this person still thinks that there was something that they were doing here that was justified in some way, and it makes it twice as bad. You know, if we know we did something and it's like, yeah, okay, oh my goodness, this is like coming through like a fire hose here, this energy. So, you know, when we do something that we know is bad, yes, it sucks. And, you know, sometimes we could feel like twice as worse because it's like, oh, I did that. You know, like I did that thing and it's like, oh gosh, like I know that I did it. Okay. But you know, the different feeling when we feel we did nothing wrong and yet we're still like in the outs, and that really hurts. It's like, I don't think this person thinks they did something, you know, like they truly don't maybe feel like they were in the wrong in some way. And so, but they're looking at the situation like it was unjust or unfair in some capacity, and it's hurting them right now. It's hurting them right now. It's unjust right now. And that they missed out somehow, and that this opportunity could have been more, or like sad that you're gone. And it's like, yeah, but I wouldn't have been gone had we addressed or acknowledged this thing that is like the elephant in the room. But now it's like crying over spilt milk. And they could be saying like, oh, I miss you, or like, I miss what you gave to me, or what we sort of had here was really what I had here. I miss what I had here. I miss you, you know? Okay. Strength, which is Leo, ego energies, 8 of Wands in reverse, and the 3 of Swords in reverse. So I think a lot of you guys might have stopped talking to this person And I do feel like this person, again, I'm getting a held back energy, and their ego of, like, I feel there's this stronger energy that's actually in the wrong, that's more predominant in their energy field, which is based out of an ego, because of the fact that they still think they're right, you know? And you know, when we really think we're right, we want to stand our ground, like, especially if we're honorable. And I feel like this person might feel like they're honorable or wants to be honorable, okay? But we all have shadows and we all disguise ourselves. And sometimes we say we're doing honorable things, but we're really not. And we're sabotaging, but we don't know. We could be hurting a million people, including ourselves. This energy of this person thinks that what we're doing was something right in some capacity. Okay. And so they want to be honorable and stand behind it. And so they're holding their position. That whatever I did do, I had to do it like this because that was right. Okay. And again, they believe they're doing the right thing for this connection. Okay. Whatever felt right to them because they felt like they had to be in that energy. And so now they're holding themselves back from coming forward in this connection, despite missing you, despite seeing that there's a loss, despite all of this sort of feeling like they miss out and feeling rejected, which is still there in the wings. But the bigger energy is, but I still feel like I was right and it was unjust and you were wrong in doing that, or having your belief, or you pulling your love back, or you not talking to me, or you doing something here. And because of that, I'm not going to talk to you, or I'm going to stand my ground, or I'm going to just sit here and do what I've always been doing. But it's like, but you see that this response is still supporting and justifying that same energy. Because if I don't come forward, if I don't do the thing that would, make amends here, then I still stay safe. And that my whole reason for doing what I was doing was to stay safe, to be held back, to be in control. And so this is my comfort zone. If I got to step outside of it and be vulnerable and I'll come forward and say, oh, I'm sorry, or I feel bad, or I miss you, then no, then I'm doing what it was that I couldn't do in the first place. This person seems like they cannot come out of their Four Pentacle, no matter what. If they lost something, they couldn't come out. They see that things didn't work out, they can't come out. They see that they could have a happily ever after, they can't come out. They see that they probably could have had a marriage, a union, some form of happy time, celebration, and they can't come out. They feel conflicted because of this very heavily, and they can't come out. So I can't come out of my Four Pentacle comfort zone, no matter what here, even though I feel like right now our connection is at risk. I'm still going to be in my ego and still going to be guarded and held back. And I feel like they're really holding themselves back from coming forward towards you. Okay. And I don't necessarily understand what this Three Swords in reverse is about, because there's a lot of pain that's present here, but Three Swords in reverse. Okay, now it's coming through. There, again, that message, the Four Pentacle, it's so highlighted here. The whole point of this person being in control in Four Pentacle is they're trying to prevent the Three Swords. You represent to them an opportunity for them to have a Three Swords. Any way you slice and dice it, the minute I let go of my Four Pentacle, I'm exposed to a Three Swords. And so in my mind, I believe you are a threat. Because being in a connection with you, in a commitment with you, and going towards this would automatically lead to this. And so to prevent this, that's my driver, whatever it takes to prevent the Three Swords. So we're taking action right now based on a projection of what the future would hold, because I know that it would lead to a Three Swords. And so I'm doing preventative measures, and that's dictating my action right now. And so now here I sit, but look, now I'm sitting like this and I'm trying to prevent this. But chances are, if you're not talking to this person is going to feel a heartbreak anyway. So I don't know what the difference between the heartbreak when I never committed or I stayed put to a heartbreak with you sort of being pulled away, because this person still feels bad emotionally. But there's some sort of underlying thing that they believe here. Yeah, like Five Swords. It's not working here because of their sabotage. And like I said, you might have been very conflicted about sticking around with somebody here who is choosing to stay and play safe and want control at the expense of doing whatever the thing was that you were needing them to do, like needing them in order to have a union. Like, in order for this thing to work, there must be blank. And this person's like, no, in way of energy. Maybe they said yes, but in way of energy, they didn't show up. Okay. I beat that one. I beat that horse. So let's see then, final message. What does Spirit wants to say then to the viewer? Did I miss something? That one was very clear, although it does feel a little bits and pieces everywhere. Spirit, did I miss something? What does the viewer need to know then about this person? Anything else for pile number 2 regarding this connection? About this person's energy, what they're thinking and or feeling? Anything they need to know that I missed or that needs to come forward at this time? Please do so. Thank you, Spirit. 5 swords in a reverse. I love when it continues from where we sort of left off. Although it was in the upright, this is good because we're getting out of this one way or another. And I think this is the thing. We don't want to have conflict with a sabotager. Okay, which I feel you don't. There's a separate message here. Okie dokie. What is it that pile 2 needs to know about this connection? Anything else that pile 2 is needing to know at all? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, pile 2, for allowing me to tap into your energy and the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here. All right. Page of Swords. Yeah, you're having some realization, as well. Like, I don't need to be in a situation like this. Like, it's probably clear to you this person's sabotaging or just one argument too many, Like this person's choosing something for pentacles and they made their choice. So I'm starting to understand this. The King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. The Hierophant in reverse, Taurus energy. Justice in reverse for a second time, Libra energy. 8 of Cups and the Knight of Wands. And let's read that before we confirm with this. So, Ace of Wands in reverse and the Emperor and just the Emperor. Aries. Okay. Put that way back. Just give me a second. Okay. Beautiful people. Your energy. I think you are definitely in your power and you're taking action in your own hands. Like you don't need to be pegged to or stick to or wait on. Anyone who's in a 4 pentacle, of course, that's their own sort of beast and demon to deal with, okay? And if you were to remain in that person's world, I think you know that it'd be a 5 swords. There would be argument, conflict. This person would continue sabotaging. It wouldn't be pleasant. This person isn't in a position to do the thing you wanted them to do, have that greater understanding, the higher level of commitment, or come to some understanding that would require them to do the just thing that you feel is fair in this connection in order to restore the balance that you were needing. Okay, and so now this person is sort of sitting here and they're like, their empowerment, okay, like there's 4 pentacle, but their empowerment is all solely around looking at you leaving and your energy of pulling away from this connection and walking away from them. And this is getting this person to wants to come forward towards you. Okay, but this is nothing to do with this deep-rooted thing about commitment or an understanding that they're needing to deal with, their lifestyle, their choices, their 4 pentacle, or why they do what they do, their need for control and the imbalance in this connection. Nothing to do with this. It's just, I feel you walk away. I feel you pull away. I saw it. And some of them, they've seen it on social media. Maybe they heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend, It's like, or they just understand that you're in a position here because you are this powerful person to make shit happen in your world. And it's like, wow, pile number 2 is going to get what they want because they're capable and they're powerful and they know what they want, or they're not the type of person that's just going to roll over. So they're going to go after it. I know this, or I understand this. And so now it's like, I see you walking away or pulling away from me. And now I'm pulled to your energy and I want to come forward towards you, but I want to come forward towards you. But with what exactly? What exactly? It's like, I want to win you back with my words and my finagling of something, but it's like a finagling of what here? Because there is nothing that this person, I feel here, is giving in way of solid offer or at least righting any wrongs. I feel like this person is just now in a mindset, which again, the ego's kind of coming through with this Father of Wands, and we saw the line, which is Leo, by the way. And it's like, I want to win you back, win whatever you were giving to me over again. Like this person has I need to win energy. And I need to win sort of at all costs. And I also feel like this person's waiting for the right time to go in there, you know, and maybe it is to love bomb or to say the right thing or to do something. And I feel like it will be sudden. I feel like they're going to have a moment here where they feel like is the right time to come forward to you to sort of see if they could talk you into or win you over with like their charm in some way, you know, because I don't feel like it's going to be a well thought out plan trying to like manipulate you by words, but it is a form of manipulation I feel here, although I know he's not in reverse. But what I'm really seeing is like the manipulation is coming from an egoic place. So I don't feel like they know they're technically manipulating you, but it's like this egoic need to win. And it's like, I feel like I haven't won because you're pulling away. And so this part of me that's maybe very masculine and that needs the confirmation to myself that I'm loved or valued or have you in my world again. And I need to prove it to me. And so I'm going to come forward and I'm going to see if I still got it or still got you, you know, maybe wrapped around my finger or still got the capacity to get you to do like to agree or to, I don't know what they want from you exactly, because at the end of the day, it's like, where's this leading and what do you have to offer? And I think it's more of just to prove to them, yeah, I still got it, you know, or I could still get you in some way. It's not a good energy, you guys. I don't feel like this person wants to argue with you because I do feel like there's been conflict and I don't feel like that's what they want. But little do they know that this type of an energy will lead to, again, another sort of five swords situation, because you're very, you're of an energy that you understand what you want. And I don't think you're going to compromise or trade that off just to hang out with this person in some way. So I do feel they want to come forward, you know, but, and I also feel like there's going to be an energy of like suaveness or like confidence and even like, yeah, like I would be very careful because even though we're not seeing reverse magician, it kind of is giving me of a reverse magician because there is a manipulation of what they want you to see, because I think they want to believe that they see this in themselves too. It's like, I'm confident here now. Now, yeah, I'm coming forward. And it's like, oh, how do I put words to this? It's like behind the scenes, there's still a Four Pentacle. There's still fear. There's still a need for control. And I feel this person has a real big ego because it's all about them really thinking that they have control to win and do these things and have outcome based on their doings. And so this person is telling themselves that when I come forward, it's a choice I'm making. Look at me. I'm so confident. And they really believe this, confident to get what I want. And so when I'm putting on the show for you, it's not me lying. It's me really telling you this thing because I want to believe it to be true, that it's like, yeah, I'm confidently wanting you, you know, because they do, but it's like wanting me what? It's like omitting the truth, which is you're thinking, oh, you're really wanting to commit, or you're really wanting to balance things out, or you're really wanting to smooth things over where you were sabotaged and you might run with this thing. And it's like, no, they just want you to know that there's this strong energy about them that's like, in the past, you thought I was weak or you thought I wasn't showing up or whatever you thought because you walked away. And because you walked away, I'm going to show you. It's like, look how confident I am. I'm not Four Pentacle, or I'm not invested, because they know that you saw a reverse Seven Pentacle. Okay. Like a not trying or an uncommitted sort of energy or a lack energy. You experienced this with this person. It led to you walking away. It led to you seeing this imbalance. And now it's like, let me show you. I was like, okay, well, then show me. But they're not showing you anything. They're just showing you again, this, I don't know. They're just going to reflect back to themselves this surface, you know, until they scratch into the surface and see that they're Four Pentacle. This person doesn't realize that they're acting out of a Four Pentacle and that they're actually not an Emperor. That as long as they're Four Pentacle, they keep choosing the fear. And the fear is what's driving the need for control. Resisting And what's it called? Proactively not wanting to experience a heartbreak is driving their action, which is a fear of getting heartbroken. So the fear is driving, not an emperor. An emperor wouldn't let fear get in the way, but this person is really blinded to that fear and saying that they have no fear present. It's like, no, you do have fear present. You are a Four Pentacle. You're non-committal and you're not doing the thing. And so therefore, I must walk away. Yikes. Hangman, Pisces energy, 10 of Wands in reverse, 6 of Cups, and then the 3 of Cups in reverse. So, beautiful angel. This Hangman talks about a change of perspective. I feel like what Spirit is really saying is through a period of time, this person is going to have to put down the burden. Okay, they're going to have to surrender. And we can't keep our whole life trying to avoid everything, because where do you draw the line? Avoid leaving our house so we don't get hit by a car. Avoid getting out of bed so we don't stub our toe. Avoid, like, there's too much trying to avoid and control scenario where this person is being called to work with the divine in order for them to surrender and put down the heaviness here. This has been introduced to them via way of this connection with the 6 Cups. This could mean soulmate. And I do feel it could be a recognition of a past soul connection that's like showing this person some part that they're being called to remember so that they could heal and connect to something. They feel very nostalgic and connected to you. And it's like this for design. In order for this person to go through some form of an enlightenment, some form of understanding, some form of change of perspective in way of how they engage in connection, which is a need for control and a 4 Pentacle. They got to surrender this and put this down. I feel like this person is going to want to come forward with a reconciliation. It does feel delayed here. Okay. And I do feel that there will be a point when they surrender, when this reconciliation is actually in line with a true innocence of the heart, where they're really wanting to be open to work with you because they miss you and they want to really, come forward here honestly and openly, not as trying to control it and look one way, but truly as, hey, I'm going to come forward like an innocent 6 of Cups. And this is where we drop the 4 Pentacle, because it's like they could get rejected here. You could literally turn down their desire for a reconciliation and say no, and they won't know until they come forward. But I do feel like when they surrender, they're going to put it down. It's too heavy to carry to be sort of in this energy. And they're going to say, I'm going to have to step forward and bite the bullet here because I miss pile number 2. And I feel like this person misses you as a friend, misses you as somebody who was a part of their life, misses the fun times you guys had together, misses a lot of what you guys shared. And so this friendship and this love, it transcends past this fear and this need for control. But it takes some time to get there is what I'm really seeing here. Okay. And it has to be shown to this person by way of time, by way of maybe you, again, like pulling your energy away or walking towards what you want. And so this is what Spirit's talking about here. Okay. Beautiful angel, pile number 2. This is your reading. Let me know in the message, in the comments. I know it's sort of specific here, but it was coming through very clear. And I hope it resonated for you, and I'll see you at the next one. All right, bye. Pile number 3, you guys picked Disorder, Tarot of Innocence for your pick. We're looking at the person on your mind and what are their thoughts and their feelings about you and this connection at this time. Please keep in mind, energy sometimes comes reversed, meaning I've tapped into your energy and how you're feeling and thinking. Okay, if that's the case, go check out another pile. I can't help how the energy pulls through here. All right, so I won't be doing an energy check, but I will be asking spirits to sort of give us some indicators as to what's going on in the connection in the reading so that you know it's your pile. Okay, but this is intended for those of you guys with who are in tune with your intuition and know your person. Okay, because I do intend on doing a quick reading. Okay, so we're looking at the person on your mind. So what are their feelings and their thoughts right here, right now? Spirit for pile number 3, person they came here about. What are their thoughts and their feelings at this time? For pile 3, please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message. for the greatest and highest good of pile 3. Pile 3, thank you so much for being here and allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed and grateful to be here. Page of Cups, 7 of Cups in reverse, the Moon in reverse. So we have some Cancer energy, lots of Cups energy, watery energy with the Moon as well. King of Cups, Knight of Cups, oh my goodness, all Cups, including the Moon, crazy. So we have some Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We have the High Priestess, wow. And we have the 10 Cups. You guys, I've never had such a crazy reading with cups in my life before. 9 Pentacles in reverse. And the Page of Swords. And under that, we have the Hermit. Under the Hermit, we have 5 Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so we have some Virgo and some Cancer and some Scorpio and some Pisces energy pulling through. So let me read this. Sorry, I'm doing this whole thing. 8 of Wands in reverse, 8 of Swords in reverse, 6 of Pentacles in reverse, 5 of Pentacles in reverse, and the Hermit. I kind of keep want to go here. Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and then the Ace of Swords. It's all sort of, and there's the Ace of Cups, giving me a story here. Hold on. Okay. So let me sit here with this. Okay. This is like a private energy I think we tapped into here, okay? Private as in their deep thoughts. It's like deep here. What's going on with your person? I don't feel this is surface at all. What I feel is like a deeper truth of what's going on with your person. Your person, and I don't know that this is conscious to them, okay? But it's becoming conscious to them. I know it's kind of difficult to explain this, okay? It's not like they're sitting there thinking, yeah, I want to apologize, but this is what they're feeling underneath the surface. There's an intense energy that's brewing within this person emotionally that's coming from the subconscious, that this person wants to come forward with some form of an apology, okay? An energy of apology, meaning they know that they did something that wasn't in the right. This doesn't necessarily mean to say, hey, I'm sorry in way of words, but it's like with this sort of an intent that I did something that wasn't okay. And I did something that wasn't okay, and it resulted in you maybe understanding something, you know, like you seeing the truth of something, you seeing the truth of who I am, that I'm incapable, or that I fell short, or that you're deserving of more, or there's something that you're seeing now. And so because of this energy, it's like it's brewing up this thing within me. What's this thing within me? It's all filled with emotions and cups like crazy. I have deep, deep, deep love for you. So much love for you. And I cannot control the fact that I'm in a position here that's needing to come forward to express this love that I'm feeling that's so deep. And up until now, I've been very confused or keeping things very open or muddled or confusing. This is what they're sorry about. It hasn't been pointed. Their emotions have been not clear potentially to you, or just to them, it's been nothing but sort of just, I don't know. It didn't feel pointed. It didn't feel like they were doing anything with these emotions other than maybe not wanting to see them, or not wanting to act on them, or not wanting to admit them, or I don't know. There feels to be like an avoidance of seeing them or connecting to them or seeing what they're about or exposing them or doing something with them, okay, for some time. And so I think this is really stemmed by a fear. And this person's fear was keeping them in that energy of maybe a non-committal energy, or just like confusing, muddled energy that wasn't very clear as to what they were intending on doing or what they wanted to do. And so there was a deep knowing within this person, and this is why I'm talking about this deep sort of layer here, that this connection is something that would ultimately bring this person happiness, and that this is something here that is truly deeply what they're wanting to experience emotionally. Here is a connection with you, but there is this fear, okay, that's been running the show, and it's been creating this again, it's like it's been creating a block to them choosing you. And it's like a hyper independence, an inability for this person to show up, an inability for this person to overcome their fear. Okay, and I think whatever's happened in this connection, because I do feel your energy has shifted or changed, or there's something you're seeing or starting over, or something true, that this person is now coming to understand that if they continue to be in a position where they can't invest, that this is a mindset that keeps them trapped. It keeps them in fearful position. It keeps them away from you. It keeps you from not communicating or connecting with them. And it keeps them in a position where they can't move forward and have a true new beginning with you. Some of you guys might look like this. I'm getting this girl. I don't know if you can see her face. All right, so I don't know. That's about as clear as I could get it. Anyway, you might have dark hair here. It's coming through, or wear like a head wrap, a head scarf or something. So, okay. Yeah, okay. So this person has found themselves without you as a result of their own action. And this person is in this deep realization. It's all coming forward. And I think they stuffed it down so deep. And this person is coming to an understanding that I don't want to be without pile number 3. And the only reason I was without pile number 3, or ended up without or incapable of this, is because I was not showing pile 3. Like, I was not showing up for pile 3. I didn't choose pile 3. I didn't do the thing I was supposed to do here in this connection at all. And all it resulted in was a block and me out in the cold, and pile 3 sort of no longer around. And now they see me differently, or they have a different understanding about me, or they might have a different understanding about what they want for themselves. And I'm not part of this picture. And so I feel like this person is really curious and wanting to understand where you're at. Like, could you ever come back to accept me, or want more from me, or work with me? Because I am finally connecting to my feelings for you. These deep, deep, deep feelings for you, that I'm willing to come forward and actually speak to you about this from a place of genuine authenticity, a true place of understanding that there's a full potential that we can have happiness here without manipulation, and being very clear about this to you, because this now overrides my fear. And it also overrides my energy that I might have been in the past, where I just was incapable of showing up here. For many of you guys, this person, like I said, could have been just really hyper fixated on being alone. For some of you guys, maybe this person just wouldn't make themselves sort of single and free here to engage with you in a serious way, because they might have been just dating around and not taking this connection seriously. And this was their coping mechanism. You know, it's like, I fear a one-on-one commitment. I fear getting deep. And so I'll keep the back door open, or I'll keep dating around. I won't commit. And for some of you guys, like I said, it's just keeping it gray, keeping it gray, because I'd rather just be single here. And it's like, whatever you started to understand or see based on this person's actions, now you ran with that idea. and you took your love with you. And it's like, well, here I am now sitting with my high priestess and my hermit. And the only thing that comes of high priestess and hermit are great truths that couldn't be stuffed down or avoided anymore. You can only stuff and avoid it to a degree, but then the truth comes out of the subconscious. And what's the truth? I have so much love. There was so much potential. There was something that I didn't act on. And now I feel like I need to come forward genuinely, innocently, and I don't want to be without. And this is the only way to be not without, is to come forward and to smooth whatever this was, so we can have a new beginning. So that's interesting. Let's see then. Oh, what am I missing? Because I don't know. I feel like I'm missing something. Spirit 4, pile number 3. What more than about this connection does pile 3 need to know about this person? Like, how long have you been sort of away from this person, if you have been? Because it does feel like there's distance, but I feel like this person was keeping you in friend zone or just keeping you at an arm's distance while they fucked around. Like, maybe not literally, but, you know, like wasted time, or like, I don't know, squandered their energy. Feels like a squandering. So maybe just play the field, or just hang out with friends, or just started having casual flings, or it seems very not fulfilling at all. And this person with the 5 pentacle in reverse is like, I know it's not filling for me anymore. So there's deep realizations here. Okay, so let's see. What does pile number 3's person feeling and thinking at this time, Spirit? Can we dive in deeper? What am I missing here? What does pile 3 need to know about this person and this connection that I might be missing? 4 cups. Yeah, like whatever they were doing, that 7 cup energy is now becoming dissatisfying. I don't want to play the field, or I don't want to keep things vague, or yeah, it's like it's dissatisfying this person to this person now, what they chose. Ace of Swords in reverse. They're seeing that it's not true for them anymore. Yeah, wow, this truth is coming to the surface for this person, you guys. 5 Pentacles, so exactly where we left off. I don't want to be without, and whatever they were choosing is unfulfilling, and it's becoming very clear to this person that it's misaligned with their truth. 6 of Wands in reverse. I can't win here. I've lost here, choosing the thing, getting the thing that I thought I wanted. 2 of Wands. There's the choice. The Empress in reverse. So Taurus, Libra energy. And then we have the Hangman. Pisces energy. The 5 of Swords in reverse, clarified by 3 Pentacles. Okay. This person is having a change, a complete change of how they used to see things. I think this person thought that they'd be happier single, or dating around, or in lighthearted relationships, or just screwing around, squandering energy. They're no longer fulfilled by this at all. Okay, I don't know if it was ever fulfilling, but I think they tried to lie to themselves that it would be fulfilling, only because the alternative would be to be vulnerable and to experience this connection. This is a choice now that this person is looking at legitimately. I think this is stemmed from a pain body here, which is an inability to understand her self-worth. Could be mother issues here. Okay, it's like I'm not in a position to give and receive love from vulnerability and understand what unconditional love is. And so it was making my choices, and whatever choice it did make led to rejection, and it probably led to you rejecting me, or me feeling like I was rejecting myself by choosing the lesser of the options. Okay, why is it lesser? It's because it's not aligned with my truth, and it left me feeling without, and it made me feel like I lost out on you. And it made me compare a 10 cups, which was lost in the last round, that I was totally feeling like I needed, or the thing that I have right now, or that I chose, which is now looking like a 5 pentacle. Which would you choose? Not the 5 pentacle. Okay, and this person really feels like you're in a position here that might not be available to them at all. And so this person is coming to this point where they're like, I need to come forward. I need to get myself out of this position that I created between me and pile number 3. And the only way to do this is to be able to come forward with some like legitimate desire to work together. in the 3D world. Like, what can I do? What do you need me to do? What do we need to overcome? This is also my card of counseling and working through challenge, cooperation, collaboration. And so this has been an energy that this person never really understood or didn't have this mindset in the past, like to be able to show up in this way. And so they just do not want to experience a 5 pentacle and a 5 sword with you. And they were choosing this, you know, it's like this time apart with the hermit and this realization that they're having with the high priestess of connecting to their intuition is that they were severely misaligned, that they weren't acting in the greatest truth, that they were going against this connection spiritually. Okay, with all that energy I was feeling with the hermit and the high priestess, it's like spiritually I was betraying this connection. Wow. 3 of Wands in reverse. And so it didn't progress and it couldn't move forward. It was stunted here because I was choosing inauthentically. And now there might be some fear that you might reject them, but they're also feeling like just really dissatisfied in the position that they're in. And a lot of them are in the doghouse, you know, and they're surrounded by the thing that they chose. I think that the thing that they chose to, for some of you guys, was very shallow. Okay, I'm seeing drinking here. It could be like shallow people or shallow choice, you know, that's like very superficial, very immediate, something like this. And it's like maybe it fizzled out very quickly because 6 Wands is kind of a fast energy, you know, where it's like we might have a small victory, but it's like it passes very quickly. So it's like I'll choose the immediate win, you know, the thing that makes me feel okay in that moment. And then it's like it passed. It's like, now what? You know, maybe, I chose, I don't know, some person here that was like just superficial or something that made me feel like okay for the moment. And now that it's passed, I'm back in this sort of energy, or in an energy. I don't know if it's back in an energy, but in an energy of seeing how misaligned that I've been with that action. Yeah. And so I don't know that this person feels as though you'd take them back or that you're ready or waiting or any of this, because they see you almost as somebody here who might not even give them the time of day. But I don't think this is going to stop this person. No. I feel like this person legitimately wants to work with you and see what they can do. I feel like this person feels like you're not going to want to invest in them in the same way you might have in the past, and that they're going to have to prove it. It's like they're going to have to work alone without you investing in them for some time before you see the truth or before you accept them back. It's like this person has to prove it. That's what they're feeling like, is like, I'm going to have to do this for some time alone and win back the trust of pile number 3 because I really screwed up. Yeah, that's what it's like. All right, pile number 3, that's your reading. I hope this resonated for you, and I will see you at the next one. All right, goodbye. Hello, pile number 4. You guys picked the El Tarot deck. I haven't used this one in a minute. So we're looking at the person on your mind and how this person is feeling and thinking about you right here, right now. And because I won't be doing an energy check, I do ask that you lean into your intuition, okay? And this is mostly for those of you guys who are already in tune with your intuition, because I don't want to lead you astray. So I will ask Spirit, though, for confirmation throughout the reading about the connection so that you can get some indication if this is your pile or not, okay? But do not force messages to fit. If it doesn't sound like your person, it's probably not your person, okay? And definitely it could be possible that the energy comes reversed, meaning it's how you're feeling and thinking. You don't got to listen to it if you don't want, okay? But we'll ask Spirit for a clear and concise message for pile 4 regarding the person on their minds and pile 4 came here about, and what this person is feeling and thinking at this time. Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 4. Thank you so much, Spirit. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 4. I'm feeling 2 more here. Thank you so much, pile 4, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. So blessed to be here doing your reading. Okay. L Hierophant, which is the Hierophant, and then the Moon in reverse. 2 major arcana. Okay, 6 Cups in reverse. The Magician in reverse. 7 Pentacles. No, not 7. Sorry, 6 Pentacles. 7 Swords. All right. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. 5 Swords in reverse. Queen of Cups and the 4 of Swords in reverse. 7 of Wands in reverse. Queen of Swords and the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, let me unpack this message. 7 Cups in reverse. Okay. So for the signs, before we begin, we have Virgo, Gemini, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Libra, Aquarius, and Cancer, Taurus. Lots of signs in this pile. The Hanged One, which is the Hangman, Pisces. Okay, very, very, very specific messages for this group, okay? Take only what resonates for you, but I do feel like if a bulk of this isn't fitting, it's probably not your pile, okay? Someone who's needing to hear this. I do feel for some of you guys this could be a same sex, okay, energetically. And it's feeling very like 2 queens here, okay? And that's for some of you guys, this confirmation. I feel like this person that I'm tapped into energetically is coming into a major realization, and this realization has come from some repeat energy that keeps coming through them as a result of this connection. You are replaying in this person's mind. So how you come through for them, I don't know exactly, but whatever way you're coming through to them, this connection through to them is something that haunts them. Why? Because I do feel like this person is being called to look at some part of their world that they were in denial about or not being honest about to themselves. Okay. And I feel like this created a position that this person wasn't able to show up for you, like in the 3D world. Okay, so maybe they tried to manipulate energies in some way to make this a thing. However, I don't know, maybe they were trying to keep you on the down low, or maybe they were trying to just keep you as a side thing, or message you and say, let's sort of do this or do that. Or maybe they, for some of you guys, they didn't even acknowledge you in some instances, but there was an understanding here of a soul connection, of something very deep. So this is very hurtful because I do feel like there was a betrayal of this spiritual trust here. Okay. And that this created conflict between you and this person, because this person was more focused, and I feel like I'm almost getting like trading their soul to the devil type thing. Okay. But I feel like those are very extreme words, but that's what's kind of coming through here, because I do feel like this person chose to side with or align with something that was inauthentically them. That's why I feel like for some of you guys, it is pulling through as a storyline here of same sex. So it could be that this person, instead of acting in line with their authenticity, it's like, I'm going to choose the more acceptable thing here because it's going to make me toe the line in some way here, and it's going to give to me in a way here that's different than what you can give to me, but it's like, yeah, but that wouldn't be the reason why we'd have to stay in a relationship or a connection. But to them, it was like they chose some sort of thing that could give to them something that I feel was not aligned with their authenticity, that I feel like you weren't in a position to give to this person, or in their mind, it was twisted in some way that the thing you had to offer was different than this other thing. And so I feel like this betrayal, was something that they chose openly. And I feel like despite this, there was still love here from you. And this person might have really understood that you love this person. And so it made it twice as bad. Like, how could someone betray the love? How could someone choose this? How could someone go against this thing here? And I do feel like maybe you've taken some time, or this person's seeing it as you've maybe had enough time to wrap your mind around this betrayal and heal from this. Or, I don't know, there's something about you now maybe no longer being in the energy you might have been at one point in time, and clearly seeing the truth that this person was shallow, or that this person really did like do something here sabotagey. Okay. And that you're no longer interested in like engaging with this person, or that you are no longer wanting to even be with this person. Because I think at one point in time it was like you still tried to convince them or prove to them, or still wanted to work, you know, in some way. Maybe you were still communicating with them or giving to them, or still had hopes in some way. But now I think what this person is realizing and seeing, though, I feel like is the truth of their situation. They're seeing how maybe unstable the situation really is, because I think they were seeing the situation as it would be something stable. It could be something that they could manage and build with it, and live with it, and create with it, and peg themselves to it, and then convince themselves that that was for them. It's almost, again, what's coming through is like, you know, get married to, you know, the opposite sex, but we're interested in the same sex, and say, yeah, but my life would be easier, and I could just be in a marriage, and I could maintain this thing. It's like, no, but that's a facade. And it's like, you didn't fight for the truth. You didn't fight for what mattered here. And it's like this fantasy dream, because I think it trumped the truth. It's like the dream, whatever the fantasy was for them, you know. And this is what's really sort of hurtful here, because it's like what we had was maybe a deep, innocent sort of love that was really true. And so this act of shallowness, almost choosing something that seemed very materialistic, and also seemed like something that was like putting up a facade, made it even worse, because it was something that it wasn't deeply, soulfully true, all to fulfill or scratch some sort of fantasy idea that this person might have had about, you know, living that lifestyle, because it maybe, I don't know, it was something that they had to check off a box or something like this. Because I do feel like they were trying to fit some role that they think that they should do, or that it would pay more to them to do that than to do the other thing, because to do the other thing, which would be you, wouldn't be aligned in the same way. And so there was a lot of fear around what would be said, what would be done, and going against what was expected of them, or going against how they were raised, or going against what was expected traditionally, socially. And maybe you represented someone that they shouldn't be with, you know, like, I don't know if it's culturally, I don't know if it's age, I don't know if it's gender. For some of you guys, it does feel like gender. Okay. Maybe even your stature, like, you know, like my family says we all got to date doctors, you know, because they make good money, and you're like, you work at a pizza place, or you have no job. Okay. No slight on pizza place workers. I'm just saying, like, there's something here about a false belief, and it was driving the actions. And now this person is coming to the understanding that that false belief that I had, because they were haunted by this connection and the true depths of this connection, there's something very true and deep and innocent that doesn't just go away, you know. And it was like, I used my decision-making skills here to manipulate the truth and go after and try to invest in this other thing. And now I'm sitting here understanding that this thing actually isn't something I could build upon, or that it's not sustainable. Oh boy. And so they're understanding this, what is actually true. And it was like, because in your mind, when you come up with a story that sounds better, it's like we're not really living it, and we're not really understanding. It's like this person didn't really live in the shoes of somebody who would really have to invest in, like, maybe the way that they thought that they could upkeep this falsity. It's like they really thought they could upkeep this world. until they actually had to do it. And now it's like, now that I've been doing it, man, there's a greater truth here. And I keep coming back to pile number 4. And because pile 4 represented the truth to me, where my heart sat, the truth of my heart, not this other thing that I was doing. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, let's see then for pile number 4. And maybe while we're getting too feminines there, if you're not resonating with same sex, because I do feel for some of you guys it is, I feel like it is this person was choosing like to just sort of, it almost feels like housewife energy, you know, but it could definitely be a masculine, but it's like housewife energy because it's like, I choose safely. Like, I don't want to be the, I don't know, I don't want the other role or something like that, you know? Maybe they didn't want to be a provider, or like, they were very passive. Let's see. Spirit, a clear and concise message for beautiful pile 4. What am I missing here? What more does pile 4 need to know about this connection and how their person is feeling and thinking? Because right now I'm just getting like a realization and a change of mind that their current state will not be sustainable. Okay, but it's like because they're haunted by thoughts of you. But I'm not really seeing how they're feeling about you so much as it's reflecting back to them a truth of their situation right now and how misaligned it is. So what do we need to know then? And what do we need to know about pile 4 and this person that they came here about? How are they feeling? What are they thinking? And what did I miss here about this connection and pile 4's person that they came here about and their feelings and their thoughts? What do we need to know? Six of Cups and 3 Cups. Again, replaying. Person, place, thing of the past. It has me very nostalgic. Okay, both of these also talk about reconciliation. 3 Cups, 6 Cups, reconciliation. This person wants a reconciliation. They can't get you out of their mind. They're really hung up on this connection and what you represent to them. Justice. So this could be the marriage card, okay, but it's like karmically, something's coming into balance. The Libra energy. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Pages can talk about communication. Something's blocked here. 8 of Wands in reverse also talks about communication. Ocho is 8, right? Yeah. Things were stuck and communication was blocked. This person could have definitely ghosted you, blocked you, all of a sudden changed it up on you or chose the other path on you. Something like this is like, wow. Like, I'm just feeling like, whoa. Wow. The Hierophant in reverse. Some of you guys, they might have even gotten married, you know? It's like, this almost feels like it was an arranged marriage. I had to go through with it, but I didn't want to do it, but my family expected me to do it, and so I chose that. It's like, what? Like, what? But you love me, or like, but we've been together for so long, or but it's not true, or but you don't swing that way, or it's not even your type, or you don't want to move to India, or whatever this thing is here. But that's what I did. And now I'm realizing that I should have just stood in my truth, you know? Oh boy. The Chariot. And I feel this person's coming towards you here. I feel like the universe was really working with this person to see some greater aspect of themselves here that only could be seen through an experience of this nature. Because only through doing the thing, you know, that we thought we wanted, only to find out that we were selling ourselves, do we see the truth. And just lots of solar plexus energy also coming through here. So this person could be sort of challenged by now having to eat crow in some way. Is that how we say it? So 7 Pentacles in reverse. And there's the Queen of Cups, which I do feel is how they're seeing you. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So, beautiful angels. I really feel like this person's going to come towards you. They're wanting to come towards you. Their mind can't stop. Their feelings can't stop because they're getting pushed and called to try to reconcile things with you and make amends, okay? Whether this means to get together in a relationship or just make amends about how things went, because I feel this person did you dirty in some way, you know? I think they did the unexpected, even for them in some way. And so now, because it was so horrific in some capacity, they feel like you are no longer interested in investing in this person, that you've said, this offer is off the table. No longer do I want to give to you or invest with you, or that this connection is something that I would even choose to invest in. And so they still see you here as someone who's loving and caring and kind and compassionate, but that you're not wanting to invest in them no more, and that you've moved on with your life. Okay, so, but I do feel like this person is in an energy here where they're wanting to make amends and they're wanting a reconciliation. And I do feel like for a lot of you guys, you stopped talking to them, but I feel is because of their own thing. And maybe they did this and then you had to block them, or that they stopped talking to you or they ghosted you and then you blocked them, or they sent you a message and you just didn't know what to say, so you stopped responding or something. But I feel like it's a blocked in communication, because it was like, where do we go from here? We're stuck here. It's not moving. You got to resolve this thing. Yeah. And so the Four Pentacle in reverse, I feel like the dream, that 7 cup energy that they were in, of some answer to structure, what they had to do, is the thing that held them hostage. This is the thing they're releasing, because that thing that they chose was really like, it's either that and then they have to be committed to it, or stuck to it, or stick by it, or release it. And so to choose you and to reconcile with you means a release. They have to release that thing, whatever this thing is here. I do feel for this group, though, this is very specific messaging. I feel like I might be missing something. And so I just want to see, Spirit, what do you want Pile 4 to know? For the Knight of Wands, do you feel this person's coming towards you? Okay, but let's see. What is it that Pile 4 needs to know then? Anything else that I've missed to wrap up this reading for Pile 4? What does Pile 4 need to know about this energy? What does Pile 4 need to know about this energy, about what they're feeling or what they're going to do? This is sideways, so there's obviously some sort of decision or some sort of action pending here. It is sideways, so as we read, energy is shifting. Okay, because this is real-time energy, and so this person could be amidst coming to some... Whoa, you guys see that spinning? You see, this is usually, cards are like this when we're amidst some sort of jumping a timeline or taking an action, or like finally committing to some sort of decision, you know, that maybe we were... Oh my goodness, Pile 4, what's going on? All right, let's see. Knight of Pentacles. Wow. 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, 4 plus 1 is 6. It's like giving now, where they were incapable of doing, because this person is feeling 5 Pentacle in their situation. 9 of Cups, emotionally dissatisfied, but it's like, I know what would make me happy. You're this person's wish emotionally that they traded for some Pentacle. Yeah, wish. Okay, a wish come true. The Emperor. So this is all about getting in power, taking action, and now we're out of that feminine energy to take our power back, to be in control of our own world. It's like, I feel like this person feels almost like a suffocating energy of what they chose, because they're picturing, how can I stay here long term? It's not going to work long term. That's why we saw the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. It's like they can see into the distance that what they want for themselves in the distance is not that. It's not aligned. And so it's like this connection with you, with the 6 Cups, it gives them that wish that they understand would emotionally fulfill them. And that's the direction in which they're needing to take action upon. They're realizing this. They understand this. This is what they want. Because other than that, like I said, it's like this, I don't know, this energy that's not in line with truth. Yes, truth is coming. 9 of Pentacles in a sideways position. I do feel like this person, one, might have been very, very sort of thinking about what would be the right thing for them in that moment without really thinking about it, you know? it wasn't aligned with great truth. It seemed simple at the time that was the right thing, because it was like either everyone was telling them that, or it was like the socially acceptable thing, or it was just already expected for them to do that, or they always thought that was what they were supposed to do. But it was like, no, but your truth is different. And they could have taken more time to really sit with themselves and be honest, but they lied in their action. And I also feel like now their world that they're in, or that choice they made, is tied to their pentacle world. So it's either, like they live with someone, or like their finances are tied to that, or they're now set up there, and so their job's there, or like the families there, or something here that's now like they have to cut ties in some way, free themselves, and gain their own independence back, because their independence away from this thing will allow them to come forward towards you. Because again, this person now knows the impact of trading our emotional happiness and our wish of what could make us happy for some sort of pentacle thing that's just falling short now. Yeah, look, 10 pentacle. So the truth is, where does your true 10 pentacle lie? Where does it lie? They want to follow their North Star towards what's honest and true for this 10 pentacle, not what's false. What is this, Oicho? 8 of Swords. Yeah, but that's the prison, the mental prison, the restriction that we hold. And there's a lot of anxiety around this. 8 plus the 1 is the 9. Because again, it's like they would still have to buck the system, or like go against this thing, or like, I think a lot of anxiety also around where their pentacles are tied to. Because the minute they cut cord, it's like my resource goes with it too. And I'm still trying to build that 10 pentacle for me. Page of Cups. Yeah, here's them coming forward. Ace of Wands, and then the 2 of Wands. Ace of Wands in reverse. So, gorgeous angels. This person definitely, I feel for this pile, owes you some form of an apology for what they did. Whether it's going to smooth it over, probably not, because I feel like this is a really big screw up in some way, or at least this is how they're giving it off. Okay. And I feel like this person is also in an energy here where they're saying, if I come forward and apologize to you, which they do feel like they chose poorly, it's like, I still have to be totally free from this thing in order for this to be legit. I don't want to just come forward to you and be like, yeah, you were right, or I feel this way. It's like, yeah, and what? But I'm still sort of have to do something over here. It's like they're halfway done cutting ties or making themselves independent of this thing, and they want to be free of this before they sort of come forward and act towards you. But they know that this is where they're aligning themselves to, is like getting to this choice to come forward to you to say, hey, I'm sorry, and make amends of whatever it was that I did choose and why I chose it, but also so that they are in a position to be free to say, hey, like, can we build this thing? Because right now they think they can't build this thing with you because there's a limiting thought here around, I'm still not fully free, whatever other things that they still believe about their position that they're in, that's still maybe running through their mind, that they still think, is still needed for them. Maybe it's still, people still don't understand fully, but now at least I see my truth, and my truth is that this is misaligned, and so I'm no longer blind to it. But I still hold these limiting beliefs. Maybe I care about the ramifications of this. And it's like, now I'm seeing at least that it's not for me, but at the same time, I'm also carrying these beliefs of how do I get out of this thing? Because there might be limiting thoughts about how and what I can do and what I should and shouldn't do and how they'll come across. But I don't feel like it's in regards to this connection. But I do feel like the only hang up here or delay here is the fact that I'm not free here, is like, I can't come forward to you with this, because I do want to come forward to you like solid, because I do feel this person understands your energies. Like, because of this big fuck up, it's like, I only take you solid. I'm not going to take you at word or face value or whatever, because you already done me dirty. I don't believe you. I don't trust you. And you're a little bit flaky here, and you've already 7 swords yourself. So why would I do anything with you? This is kind of what's coming through here. But this person does see you completely as their wish fulfillment. They do see you as their North Star and their truth of what would be in line for them. And that this person does want to come forward to you. But it's like, now how do I deal with this whole thing? because I think this person still really hangs on to a vision of building something solid for themselves for the future. Is very important to this person, but it's like, but not with this world that I chose, or this person I chose, or this other place, or this other thing that I was telling myself was true. It's not. Yeah. Okay. So pile number 4, this is your reading. Let me know. I know, very specific. If it didn't resonate, I don't know why you'd be sitting through here, but maybe go check out another pile if it didn't. Okay. But we have Aquarius, Aries, and yeah, that's it. All right. I'll see you at the next one. All right. Bye-bye.